Welcome to the Locker Room. We are presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in America. Before we get into things, we just want to remind you guys that gambling is for entertainment, and FanDuel always has your back with tons of responsible gaming tools to make sure your play stays fun and stress-free. Check out FanDuel.com/RG or the responsible gaming section in the app to learn more about staying in control of your game.
We're in peak spooky season form here in the Locker Room, and the FanDuel is helping us kick off Halloween weekend off with a bang. Open up the FanDuel Sportsbook app, tap the college football tile, give it a little scroll, and you'll see that the Bussin tab. We've cooked up a couple of special bets for you guys to play with this weekend. My personal favorite is the one where each of the 4 undefeated college football teams, yes, that includes Ohio State, playing in Week 10, win their game.
You can get some of these bets locked and loaded today because FanDuel, of course, has college football profit boost tokens live from right now all the way through Saturday. Yes, wow. You heard that right, all the way through Saturday. Our favorite, of course, being the Bussin With The Boys profit boost token.
Just head to FanDuel.com/Bussin. Check out some of our Halloween weekend specials. Chef up a little college football parlay, drop that Bussin With The Boys PBT, and have yourself some responsible fun. Let's get to the show.
Let's get to the show.
Josh Pate's here.
Yeah, I've been told.
Whoa, hold on.
Sorry.
You can't start the show flexing like that.
Just a little stretch.
Josh Pate's here.
You know why he's flexing too? Because he's just addressed all these allegations on the Josh Pate show, and you did a phenomenal job of it. I watched it with the clown and everything else. Like, that's going to be, you see the field differently, and that's what I respect about you. You understand that even in the future now, this clown nose is forever in that moment because it will be utilized throughout time, which then you will be able to even have more fun with, which then it's like, bring on the allegations again. Now I can reset the allegations and talk about these new ones. I respect it.
Well, Meemaw said they can't chase you if you don't run. So if you just sit there, and like I said, Brian Kelly.
I said Brian Kelly said they can't chase you if you don't run.
They can't chase you if you don't run.
I'm seeing it as you're running away from trouble.
I am embracing trouble. Because I know trouble's going to find me.
By starting the trouble and then running.
Start the trouble, so then...
Classic kid with fireworks, pops it off, runs
don't throw
away.
it. Just hold it in your hand.
Right?
Roman candle. He's holding the Roman candle like this, then all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I may have probably overshot the runway a little bit on the Brian Kelly Notre Dame LSU take a few years ago. Yeah. It was 2021. It was a message board. Whomst amongst us hasn't gone a little sideways on a message board?
I have. I know I have.
Yeah,
I've been a little sideways a lot of times.
So as a Pate fan, seeing the message board post, first of all, I'm smiling, looking at it on my phone, just grinning, thinking, this psychopath, bro. He was on he had a message board, and he's out there spilling the good news of Brian Kelly coming to LSU. Then they have this take that Josh had, which he explained, we all know about on the show. And I'm just sitting there smiling, being like, I can't wait for him to take this head on.
Buddy,
because the people were coming after him. I'll see this Ohio State meme video or this Ohio State type of troll, I guess. He'll like clip stuff from Pate's show every now and then. And he's always got a lot of traction coming after Pate saying, he said this. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, he clipped 9 minutes of video from the show.
Yeah.
And I hit him up in my DMs. I said, I don't even mind you doing it. Can you not do like 9 minutes of show? Can you just do like
He's kind of giving the whole show.
Yeah, it's just
more
clip
viewers.
The whole show, man.
It's free.
I actually like that guy, though. I talk to him every now and then. He's okay with me.
Ohio State fan.
Yeah,
it's one of those, you know how your algorithm, like the stuff you're following, whether it's college football, Pate, like the boys, all that stuff. So I'll get to see these clips come across to where you're kind of just caught up in the world, whatever shitstorm's brewing for old Josh Pate, since he is the future commissioner of college football.
And a bulletproof commissioner of college football.
We hope. Time will tell here.
Right.
Time will tell. My balls are in Notre Dame's court at this point. We got to see how it's received. As we're talking, it's just been 12 hours. So we got to see how the community receives it. So far, the feedback's been good.
Okay.
But I did claim that their program was a Prius trying to compete in the Daytona 500. I believe those were my exact words.
Were they really?
Brian Kelly's been trying to win the Daytona 500 in a Prius.
Oof.
Since then, my thinking has evolved a little bit on Notre Dame football.
Right.
I did sit there and watch him play for a national title last year. I did watch Brian Kelly implode in on himself like a dying star at LSU. So yes, my thinking has evolved a little bit.
You self-scouted. You self-scouted, you've gotten better, you've understood, like, hey, here's where we got to get better in the offseason.
Yeah, I walked in the bathroom one morning, I looked in the mirror, I didn't like the guy looking back at me. So I made some changes here, and then I put the clown nose on to confirm those changes. But, it wasn't easy, but it was necessary.
Yeah. I'll be frank with you guys. I put about 18 milligrams in my lip before the show started, and I'm floating a little bit. Right
Hell yeah, dog. Welcome.
Hey,
this is where you're at right now. That's my baseline when it comes to nicotine. Yeah, what do we got there?
Come on now.
You're right.
Come on now.
It's disrespectful for me to even ask. Shouldn't even have done that. That's my bad. When you wear a costume like this, sometimes you take on some characteristics of a killer. The first game we have on the list here is a game I really don't want to talk about yet. Because in my opinion, this is the true classic game of the week.
Are we leading with the main event?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You want to set the fireworks off right away?
This is Tyson
or do you
Holyfield at 9:01 p.m.
You want to walk around the park a little bit?
Yeah.
Let's start with an easy one. Do you mind?
Wow.
Yeah, because can we just talk about the slate? I know did Michael Myers do a great job with the slate?
Yeah, he killed
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I sit here, I see the USC Nebraska game.
We don't got to, that's why I'm going to cut you off.
I just want to.
That's 18 milligrams, getting ahead of the show.
But can I be real quick? This is going to be real quick.
As long as it's actually real quick, because
it's going to be quick, because that
the clip you made? Mitch,
Yeah,
that clip was hilarious last week. If you don't know, go look.
So I just want you to know, I was thinking about even that clip and how, okay, Willie C, you got to reel it in
right
a little bit for the
So
USC
give me
Nebraska
10
game.
words. Can you do it in 10 words?
I'm going to hold my breath during this take. Let's see if I make it.
I'll do it with you.
No, we're not going to do the game because I have some stuff. I have some data. So we'll save the main event for the main event. Is that 10 words?
I mean, I didn't count.
Under hit.
Let's talk about listen.
The slate in general. I got two of my favorite teams on this slate.
Yeah, we'll talk about the first one. Cincinnati at Utah. Cincinnati is the number 17 team in the country. Utah is the 24th team in the country. Utah being 24, Cincinnati being 17. Utah is favored by 8.5 points. This is your team, Cincinnati. I need to understand that total points in that game is 55.5. Why is Sorsby being doubted?
I don't know. Everybody talks like, hey, Diego Pavia should be, hey, he should be the Heisman favorite. He should be the guy with the Heisman.
Mainly Diego.
It's mainly Diego Pavia talk. What has he got? 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's got about 1,800 yards. How about Sorsby? How about Brendan Sorsby? Since they've lost to the Huskers out of week 1, that's a win now. I'm sitting there looking back. I'm like, this is becoming even more of a quality win for the Huskers if we take care of business and end the season 10-2 and we're arguing for a playoff spot. But let's talk about Brendan Sorsby for a second. Almost 1,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions since his lone interception game was 0 touchdowns against the Husker defense. This right here is trick or treat. If you want a king-size candy bar, it's Cincinnati plus 8.5. I don't know why. Josh Pate will probably break down why, because they're going to Utah. Utah is frisky. They beat the shit out of outside of their
Texas Tech and BYU.
Texas Tech and BYU. They've basically mopped everybody. They have a very good offense. They even have a backup quarterback here, Bird Ficklin, who we don't know if he's the starter or not, or if
I think Dampierre's back this week.
Dampier, yeah.
I hope.
What happened last week? Because it seemed like he was ready to go, and then he kind of just says like, hey, I'm going to sit this one out.
You know how those injury reports are.
College is way different than the NFL. You truly have no clue what's going on.
Remember Nuttmeyer? We thought he was hurt before week 1.
And we were right.
We were right. We were right.
Yes, we were
the three
right
of us
about
collectively
old
nailed
Nuttmeyer.
that.
Yeah.
We
And now
understood.
you look at LSU. But this is Cincinnati plus 8.5. I know they're going to Utah. It's going to be a night game. It's going to be, everything says, I'm telling you right now, this is Cincinnati Bearcats plus 8.5. They've taken care of business all year long. They're very tough, one of the better offenses in the country. They're in the top third in basically every category. This is Brendan Sorsby. He takes care of the football. Turnovers have to happen. He's not turning the football over. Cincinnati's covering this game. Your boy Willie C might get a little frisky and go money line because I've just believed in the Bearcats. Of course, I believe in any team that beats the Huskers. So I'm going Cincinnati Bearcats plus 8.5. Brendan Sorsby. And number 2, that D tackle for Cincinnati.
Big boy.
He's good.
I mean, I've watched one full game of Cincinnati.
In person.
And I'll be honest, I didn't see a whole lot out of the boy. Didn't see a whole lot. Johnson was out there.
Who was he playing?
I believe it was the Cornhuskers.
The Huskers.
The Huskers.
They kept him at bay a little bit, but he will wreak havoc. He's a hell of a player. He's going to be, I think, a first-round, second-round pick.
And a lot of people don't like the nose 3 technique body types wearing single-digit numbers. personally, I'm a massive fan of it. Do your thing, Bob.
Yeah, especially Dante Corleone.
Oh,
that's
I didn't know he was
it.
a mob boss.
Because when I was looking at
I didn't know he was a mob boss.
when I was trying to remember his name last night, the last name Corleone is just so badass.
Yeah.
Big boy too.
Italian dessert type of sounding name.
Cincinnati plus 8.5.
Can someone check, is Cincinnati Central or Eastern time zone?
That's Ohio. That's Central time zone.
That's a Central time zone.
Yeah.
Eastern.
It's Eastern. It's Ohio. It's Eastern time
Good
zone.
call. Good call.
Because once you hit Notre Dame, it's Eastern.
This is.
So I've always remembered it.
I always get a little fucked up with the thing and the movement.
Indiana, that part
clock.
of Indiana over.
Then you set it
Eastern.
back and forward.
Yeah.
Onward.
We have a 10:15 body clock kickoff for Cincinnati here.
Ooh.
Those kids stay up that late and play football when they were growing up? I don't know. Half of them are named for a life after football. Corleone, that's not a 10-year NFL veteran.
No.
That's a guy who's going to be doing other things in a few years.
Right. Money laundering.
Sometimes, your words, not mine. Sometimes when lines look really, really funny, I have the first instinct you do. It's like, are you serious? They don't even have to win. They just have to keep it under 8.5 or within 8.5. Give me those points. And then I think to myself, October's over, bud. We don't, there's no grace period. October's over.
It's Cockvember now.
What game were we talking about? We're talking about Nebraska, USC, right?
We
Is
were
that-
talking. We
the game
were. But you know what? But let's take a pause after that. Let's just go Utah and Cincinnati.
All right, good call. Hey, 10:15 kickoff, local time for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm thinking about Dampier coming back. I think at quarterback for Utah.
Good quarterback.
Thinking about, he's a really good player. Probably hasn't hit his ceiling yet this year because he's had, some injury stuff to deal with. Do you know the model? Have you met the model?
I've met the model. I love the model.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple glaring the wrong teams favored
Blips.
blips.
Just blips.
So that's my reservation on the model.
We talked about
Is
Texas
the
Tech.
model of the wrong team favored in this game?
No. The model actually looks at FanDuel and just nods and smiles. The model has Utah power rated as the best team in the Big 12, even above Texas Tech.
Is that due to Texas Tech being on their third quarterback now?
Possibly, but Texas Tech's quarterback's coming back this week. So no, we've got the starter baked into the model. The model's just looking and saying, hey, don't give up on Utah. Don't give up on Utah. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the line. Line makes no sense to me either. Right. So my instinct, if I did not have the model by my side, I would be taking Cincinnati. I think they're going to pop their best game of the year. I think Utah's going to spike, play their best game of the year here. And I just worry that Cincy, if they go on the road here, like Utah's really good. I think they're one of the highest man coverage rate teams in college football. And so it gives a different look than any defense that Cincy's played so far, respectively. It gives a different look. I think Utah's going to win the game by double digits. So I'm going to take Utah to win. I'll take Utah to cover. And after that, we come out of it. Maybe even during the broadcast, someone slips in, we should have seen this coming. The model has Utah as the number one team in the Big 12. I don't know what network.
The
NBC,
only argument I have on the heavy man coverage, which can play in their favor, is Nebraska was the same way. Well, I want to say, Nebraska was the same way in week 1. And also when you're a lot of man coverage, that's where those dual threat quarterbacks can, the one thing Sorsby did do really well against Nebraska was he was gashing us on the ground.
How many points did they score?
17.
It was a low-scoring game.
20-17.
I can count on Utah.
But
to get
again,
28.
0 touchdowns, 1 interception that game. And look at the way Sorsby, there's no doubting, hey, he's gonna come back? Is he gonna hit his stride? He's dealt with injuries. He's been hitting his stride. He's taking care of the football. He's now mastering his craft through the air. With that run, with the run game, with defenders with their back to you, chasing around, covering you, I'm just trick or treat. That's all I'm saying.
What we do know is no part of you whatsoever is rooting for Cincinnati to boost your strength of schedule. That's not in play here at all.
Right.
Zero bias.
None.
Unbiased guy.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
More of maybe Cincinnati is tough because I hate that we only beat them by 3 points. And now it's like, oh yeah, they were tough. They were that squad. They are that squad. Taylor?
Go ahead, Mike.
Walking in this game, Utah's been on the slate a couple of times.
Yep.
I think both times I went against Utah, and I'm 50% right now on that. The Texas Tech-Utah game, you were saying earlier in the year, those are the two teams you have to watch for when it comes to the Big 12. I still hang my hat on ASU. And then Utah has, what's it called, the Holy War?
Yep.
Versus BYU.
Minus
I picked
turnovers,
Utah on that
yeah.
one, and it just didn't work out the way we needed to.
We didn't realize the Holy War was just that.
Obviously, I sat there and I watched Nebraska and Cincinnati, and since Cincinnati has gone on an absolute run, so I did lean in the same way, minus or plus 8.5, possibly a money line game for Cincinnati. You got away with words. The fact that you were talking the way you were, then all of a sudden you hear your voice way over there, and then you stayed right in stride because you know exactly what you're talking about and you know how you feel. And I'm not going to look at the records from last week because I am sitting at the top, so I should trust my opinion more than anybody else's. I'm going to go with Utah to cover. I'm sitting with you on this one.
It's a big number.
It's a big number.
Do we know what we're doing?
Did you see
Do
his
you know
take?
what weekend it is? It's
Yes.
Halloween.
Yes.
Did you
And
see
I think
his
this is the
Taylor?
time where you take on the spooky. You take on the spooky lines.
Halloween at altitude, 10:15 local time kickoff. I'd be scared.
I'd be scared.
Altitude is scary.
Yeah.
Weather is kind of crazy all over the country.
We haven't even looked at the forecast. We just
Haven't looked at
assumed.
the forecast, but I know in the Northeast there's weather because we got to worry about that.
Weather.
Weather.
It's in Salt Lake City, but yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
but also weather moves.
Northwest.
Does weather not move, Josh?
It does move.
It
does,
moves
We've
all
been
the
west,
time.
it moves west to
You
east.
check out the
that
weather in
you
the
chase
Northeast.
tornadoes.
Yeah, I know
If
enough.
I hate that I have to teach you about weather,
This
but it
game
moves
is
always.
Salt Lake City, Northwest.
Northeast gets a little crazy. Well, it is Salt Lake
But
City.
it moves,
Weather moves.
dude.
Yeah, it
We're
moves
talking
west
about,
to east.
Yeah, we're talking about movement.
He has a way with words, but also don't forget about his Brian Kelly LSU take a couple years ago.
Hybrid. Hybrid
As
Prius.
far as I'm concerned, you put the clown nose on, you're all right by me. You dressed up for Spooktober, it's all I can ask.
It's like bankruptcy. It's life's great reset. You put
Right.
the clown nose on. It's like social bankruptcy. It's a get out of jail free card.
Chapter 11. Oh, you have debt? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm bankrupt.
I do want to thank the production team for, I believe they saved us in one game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me
Because the
about it.
line moved for Mississippi State.
That's true. To 7.5.
It went from 6.5, we took Texas, then it moved to 7.5 right before kickoff. There was no public, but all I'm saying is we did have Texas to cover. They did not cover. But I will take the extra win because in my head, I'm seeing 1-4.
Yeah. So for our purpie, which is the plural of purpose, Texas wins. But for the rest of the public, they didn't win? Because
Right.
of our timing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Just goes to show it's never, we are always right. It's the rest of the world that can be wrong at times.
Yeah, they screw up.
Yeah, they do.
It's almost like we haven't done it, but we have to position ourselves as like the Ramen Noodle Express.
Mm-hmm.
To where, hey, it's same line, you get this is the line we're going with. Value's different by the time kickoff is. All I'm saying is I still took Texas to cover and lost. So
Well,
thank you guys for saving the one game.
raise your hand if you have your own tab on FanDuel. Yeah. So that gives you all the authority in the world.
We just got to do a better job being the authority.
Yeah.
On our end.
Yeah.
On our end.
Just got to talk louder.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
talk louder.
Absolutely, unless you're Michael Myers. We talked about,
So I'm
that's-
solo
that's the game
dolo.
of the week.
I feel better about. I feel good.
You feel better about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Good
Let's-
weather in Salt Lake this week. High of 62, low of 44.
What about Boston, though?
yeah, so look up Boston. Look up the Northeast.
We are also brought to you by Form Energy. Form Energy delivers best-in-class taste with natural flavors and zero sugar. Form Energy has natural caffeine derived from green tea, and Form comes in a variety of flavors. Screamin' Freedom, which is Rocket Pop inspired, Grape Smash, Blue Blitz, Orange Fury, your boys rocking the orange on this episode, and perfect for those who put in the work. If you're a person who wakes up in the morning, gets a workout in, puts in a full day of work, and still gives it their all when they come home, you are a Form Energy guy. Form Energy, we do the work. Back to this episode.
While we're doing that, now while we're looking up weather in the Northeast, let's talk about a game in the South. Number 5, Georgia at Florida. Jeremy Klump, if you want to get in the mic too, we'll talk to you about Florida in a second because I know you're the biggest Florida fan of all time. Georgia's favored minus 7.5. Spooky line. Feel a lot better if that's more 6.5, right? It's a little bit of a comfort zone. That's when the boy gets you, but it is Spooktober, so maybe this is time to be on the side. Number in that game is 50.5 points. I love to turn it over to Klump. For a second. Big Florida fan. What do you got for us, buddy?
I don't really have much outside of, we're still just focused on the next head coach of Florida, which will be Lane Kiffin, until I'm told otherwise, according to Josh Pate.
Ask me about LSU.
We're going to skip that, but who do you think is going to be the LSU head coach?
Well, I say Lane Kiffin, but ask me about Florida.
Florida?
I'm taking Lane Kiffin.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ask me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss?
I think Kiffin may stay.
Until Josh Pate tells me that Lane Kiffin's not the next head coach at Florida, I'm keeping hope. So Florida will win this game outright, money line.
Okay, all right. Let's switch over to the biggest Georgia fan we know, Jared Beeman. Team's favored by 7.5 points. You're traveling to Florida. Bye week after firing Billy Napier. Yeah,
That's all I needed.
That's all we
That's
needed.
all I needed.
I like Kirby for Georgia. I like Kirby to have the Georgia job. Games in Jacksonville. Last time I went to the game, I got food poisoning. I'm done with the game.
Okay.
I will not go down there for minimum 5 years.
Yeah.
And people allege that I got alcohol poisoning, but I don't drink a drop of alcohol per year because that is not what this is. I legit
Allegedly.
got food poisoning
Allegedly.
in stadium. This was not a hotel night before situation, in stadium. Place is evil as far as I'm concerned. Perfect week of the year to play this game down there. And no one even tossed to me. I just took it. So I grabbed the rope here. I think Florida's tapped out. Coaching searches in October do a thing mentally, and players in the NIL era are now worried about where they're going to be playing next year. I like to think this team's playing for the Gator logo, and I like to think they're going to be all in. This was a preseason top 10 team, JP poll. But the JP poll, like I did in 2021 on an LSU message board, may have whiffed. I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be perfect, just close to it, and this was my whiff. So I'm going to take Georgia to win and cover. And I think they may be about to put the pedal down a little bit. I think Kirby Smart learned a lot last year from Ryan Day about what it takes to start peaking in November, start peaking at the right time. Granted, you can come back at me and ask, was Ohio State peaking at the end of November?
I don't think they were.
They were not. However, they got over that hurdle because they gave themselves some breathing room. I think Georgia's going to get over this hurdle pretty emphatically. They win by double digits too.
I'm so glad you brought up Ohio State, and we're not. Do you think Ohio State wins the national championship?
Are
if
you
Michigan
offering
doesn't beat
them versus the field?
Do you think Ohio State goes on the run they do in the playoffs if that game doesn't happen with Michigan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also taking Georgia. I think talent for talent, both teams, this is the most matched Georgia has been from a talent standpoint on both sides of the field, defense and offense. There's always the interim head coach, that little spike that usually happens. I can see in this game Florida getting up early, given Georgia's slow starts. But Gunnar Stockton, I think he has more ways to win. And I think when you play Georgia's offense, you have to be very disciplined. You have to set the edge, you have to swarm in the run game, and you have to be very good in the perimeter because they love to use the perimeter passes and let their receivers, make moves and get downfield and have explosive plays. When it comes to Florida, I can see them doing that for the first 30 minutes of the game. I don't see them staying disciplined. I don't see them keeping their eye on the prize for a full 60 minutes. And that's where I see Georgia pulling away because I do agree. I think Kirby Smart, he understands that it's not September. All you got to do is just win in September. All you got to do is just win in October. In November, you got to start showing this is who we're ramping up to be when it comes to the playoffs. And it's the dogs. Like the dogs.
Georgia usually does that.
Georgia usually does that. And Georgia's done an amazing job this year about just kind of staying in the shadows, similar to a Michael Myers. Like just stays in the shadows. You don't really know he's there. You might peek over for a second. You're like, what was that? And then all of a sudden he's gone. But sure enough, towards the end of the season or the end of the movie, he pops back up and starts slaying people. And I think they start that this week on November 1st.
Well, we don't have to tell you that. Georgia brought you in to talk to Ole Miss via a television screen or before the Ole Miss game. Like you were probably equal to, if not more so, responsible than Kirby Smart himself. A lot of people are saying. For
just a little
Georgia
motivation.
Up. The message boards are saying that.
Just to remind them that they are the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't think Florida will be up on them at any point in this game. Just because if you're going to get up on Georgia and you're going to start, let's just say start fast. The locker room, everybody's pretty laser focused on what's coming to town and everything else, to where, I agree with everybody's thinking about who the next head coach is going to be. Players are thinking about where they might go. Players might be hoping, I wonder who they are going to bring in to see if we want to stay here with these guys or with this staff. I think they've been too up and down this year. There's going to be some sickos out there. I know Chef's a sicko about it's the swamp. Anything can happen in the swamp. 7.5 points. Jacksonville. My fault. Brain dead. Nicotine. We'll just say the nicotine.
18 milligrams.
Yeah, 18 milligrams.
It is
18 milligrams.
it's USC week.
This is Georgia. Georgia minus 7.5. I like them in this spot. Just with everything going on, Napier getting fired. They just don't know what's going to happen there. The team's not going to be fired up. They're not going to be ahead at any point in this game. Georgia minus 7.5, and they're going to have the SEC. Are we going to have, here's what I want to ask you, Mr. Pate. What kind of chaos are we looking at in the SEC, even the Big Ten? There could be 5-6 two-loss teams in both conferences by the end of the year.
Let me counter that with a question about the ACC, because the answer to this is going to depend on the ACC. The ACC, inferior conference, top to bottom, right?
Yes.
I think most people would agree with that. But yet, we're looking at a situation where for some reason none of them actually play each other. I don't know how it's possible. It seems like no one in the ACC actually plays an ACC team. So Virginia, they're rolling right now. They got one loss. It's an out-of-conference game to a conference opponent. Don't even ask me to explain it. That's just how it happened. So if they go the rest of the way, they're a one-loss team. Let's just say they win out and they win the conference title. They're going to be in the playoff by default. They are not Miami. Just keep Miami in mind. What if Georgia Tech runs the table the rest of the way and they go to Charlotte and they lose in the conference title game? And that's their first loss of the season. That means they will have beaten Georgia en route to that, by the way. Both of those teams are going to be in the playoff. I still haven't mentioned Miami. If Miami just does nothing more than win out the rest of the year, they're 11-1. They don't play in the conference title game. 11-1 Miami with wins over Notre Dame, USF, Florida, they're going to be in the playoff. I just listed 3 ACC teams. So what are we doing? That's a quarter of the playoff field before we even talk about the SEC and the Big Ten. Not to mention Notre Dame if they win out. If Notre Dame wins out and we've got limited playoff spots and it comes down to 11-1 Miami or Notre Dame and Miami's got a head-to-head win over Notre Dame, does Notre Dame get bumped out of the playoff in favor of Miami? Because we got to have room on the shelf for these SEC and Big Ten teams, not to mention a G5 automatic qualifier. The ACC could be the chaos maker, not the SEC or the Big Ten.
God, I love this game.
I love that this show, whenever you do other shows, there's pre-production meetings that take place and say, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. Hey, I'm going to ask you this question. Make sure you have an answer. There's none of that. You come into the shop, you flex a couple of times, we talk, we joke, we talk about rumors we've heard, and then we go and shoot the show. And for him to ask you a question like that and be fully prepared, it just shows why he should be the commissioner of college football.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
Got his finger on the pulse.
It's very scary
Didn't
stuff.
even think about the ACC.
Didn't even think about it.
I'm just thinking about the chaos in our conference and then the SEC.
I'm trying to think if there's a fourth team over there. There may be a fourth team. I don't know.
In the ACC?
Yeah, that's at least 3 of them. I was listening to Bud Elliott the other day, threw out like a 4 scenario, which the world would end before that happened, let's be real. But yeah, he had like a 4th team. I can't remember the standings off the top of my head.
Man, that would be crazy.
Yeah, you gotta, like, legitimately, it sounds fun at Halloween, but when we turn the corner into November, it starts to get real. Like if you're sitting there and you're in Nebraska, or if you're sitting there and like you're gonna be Georgia, or like one of these at-large teams, and all of a sudden, wait, you're telling me Virginia, just by way of not playing anyone all year, not even an undefeated Virginia, they lost to NC State, and somehow they're scheduling conference opponents in non-conference games. That's what I was trying to allude to. That is a non-conference game. So Virginia's still undefeated in conference play, even though they lost to a conference opponent somehow. If those teams start vulturing playoff spots from these like SEC teams that just stabbed each other and crawled over each other the whole year, and there's blood all over the place and their jeans are ripped, and they finally got there at 10-2, and a committee member says, yeah, Virginia, sorry. Do you imagine?
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Chaos. Absolute chaos. Michelob Ultra. Superior is worth playing for. Superior light beer, all the things. I'm 4-6. Our record's 4-6 rock, paper, scissors. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Superior light beer, superior bragging rights. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, I knew he was going to do that too.
Brought it down to 1. Michelob Ultra. Superior is worth playing for. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about number 18, Oklahoma, and number 14, Tennessee. Tennessee's going all black. Last week of October, Spooktober, going full all black. Tennessee's favored, -3.5. Total points of that game is 56.5 points. I'll start. This is Tennessee.
Oh.
To me, this is Tennessee. Love John Mateer, hated what he did to my Wolverines, but every Power 4 team they've played, the most points they've scored is 26 points.
But wait.
There's more.
But can I just offer you one thing?
Go ahead.
OU just lost last week, right?
Yeah.
They lost to Ole Miss. This is desperation time for them.
Yeah.
Backs against the wall. They got to have this one. And that doesn't sway you? OU in a bounce back spot? That doesn't sway you at all?
If the quarterback was healthy, it would absolutely sway me. If their run game was consistent, that would absolutely sway me. But I think Josh Heupel is one of the best offensive play callers in all of college football. They're going to get points. They run the ball better than Oklahoma does. They are better at explosives. Joey Aguilar has been ripping the ball all over the field. The defense, obviously the secondary is not great, but that brings me back to John Mateer and his hand. This is not an injury that gets better with time while you're still playing. This is an injury that you have to rest, do rehab, hit the little spider web thing, and get that strength back in your hand. Like, he's still playing well, but he's not playing like we saw him when he was a Heisman frontrunner earlier in the year. And that's why I like Tennessee. I like it at night. I think Rocky Top's a very difficult place to play. I watched it versus Alabama last year. Incredible game. I think this is the nail in the coffin that Tennessee puts in for Oklahoma.
Do you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I can go. I love Tennessee here just because it's dark mode. This is where this place is going to be rocking. Neyland's going to be rocking. Tennessee, Oklahoma just doesn't have enough offense to keep up with Tennessee. Will they score against Tennessee? I think they'll score against Tennessee because Tennessee, it's like if it flies, floats, or plays defense on Tennessee, you lease it, you don't buy it. It'd be nice to have, but it's not in the budget for them. So they're a very poor defense, but they're the number one offense in the country. They're the best offense in the country too when it comes to first half points. And if you just look at Oklahoma, like their last 3 games, like they're only averaging 19.3 points per game in totality. I just don't think they have enough offense. I think with the environment, the dark mode, and everything else, I like Tennessee here. I don't see how Oklahoma gets it done unless it's just purely survival instinct and they find a way. But you're not going to slow down this Tennessee offense. And it's, do you think Oklahoma can win in a shootout? We saw it last week with Ole Miss. Like, Ole Miss is a very high-powered offense. Tennessee has even more power on offense. And Aguilar too. He's thrown for how many yards, Jack? 2,400. A lot.
No.
Like 3 or 4 games over 350 yards.
I think it's 2,600 or 2,500. 2344.
23-44. What, 18 touchdowns?
18. Make it 19.
Make it 19. I like, to me, it's just, I don't think Oklahoma can win in a shootout. I don't think they have the offense for it. So for those reasons, I love Tennessee here. And it's blackout. It's dark mode. This place is going to be electric. It already is, but it's even going to pick up another tempo.
Before Pate goes, because he's going to have the best analysis on this, is how does Oklahoma win this game? And it's got to be time of possession. It's got to be John Mateer with his legs and that defense playing out of their mind. Better. They're already a great defense, but playing even better than they usually do against an offense that's going to score no matter what.
All right. Well, let's work from the back to the front. How does Oklahoma win the game? Per VolQuest. This is not my stat. This is our friends over at VolQuest. Tennessee's defense averages 12 missed tackles per game.
That's good.
And you got Burks and Sategna there at Oklahoma.
Bad.
Yeah, not great. They can turn 7 into 70, as Meemaw would say. So they can take it to the house. That's part 1. Part 2, Tennessee is terrible red zone defense. Oklahoma, excellent when they get down there. So break tackles, capitalize in the red zone, but Tennessee is going to score. All right, sort of the veil got pierced last week of the Oklahoma secondary, and Ole Miss, Chambliss had 315 passing. Now, Chambliss can extend with his legs better than Joey. Joey's not a statue, but Chambliss can go east-west a little bit better. So I think that bought Ole Miss a lot of business offensively, but they're going to get theirs because Tennessee's got the number 3 passing offense in the country. So they're going to get theirs. Veil is broken. This is not some impenetrable fortress of a defense like they looked like they were on paper last week. So if it comes down to trading points, and that's what I think it'll come down to, can Oklahoma do that? Pre-thumb injury with John Mateer, I would have said yes. Post-thumb injury, he's gone from 63 to 57% completion percentage. He's gone from 303 yards per game to 191. So there's been a precipitous drop-off there. I don't trust their ability to trade points. However, go back to the question I asked you. This is a competitive character spot. You just lost. Your competitive manhood's on the line. You got to go on the road to get the job done in conference. But that was what you were always going to have to do if you were going to make it to Atlanta and play for the SEC championship. This is the paper popper. Oklahoma under Brent Venables off a loss. They're 6-8. I think this is Tennessee's spot. It's a clean sweep.
You took me on a roller coaster there. That was nice.
Yeah. Also, the locals there in Knoxville will tell you maybe the loudest the place has ever been is the Bama game when they beat them after the 15-year drought. But if it's not that game, it's when Baker Mayfield and Oklahoma came into Knoxville, like a decade ago? 2015.
14 points going in the fourth quarter, and then Baker Mayfield had his coming out party.
No one even knew. Oklahoma fans didn't even know who Baker Mayfield was yet. And then he goes to Neyland, they come back from the dead out of conference game. They come out back from the dead and they win, and Nealon, up until that point, just rocking. And that's when everyone knew, wow, this dude and this team's for real, because no one was going to go in there. People in the SEC looked at that and said, they're dead. And Oklahoma said, no, we're not. And Baker Mayfield said, no, we're not. This is the first time OU's been there since then, right? Yeah, now it's a conference game. Heupel played at Oklahoma. It's his old team. And I think there's a certain like bloodthirst in Josh Heupel's soul for this game. And this was a game they won last year, but they never really drove the stake through the heart. It was kind of a weird game. Jackson Arnold gets benched. This is the one where he really wants to hit the tombstone, pin him for the 1-2-3. Tennessee by double digits, maybe. I don't know, but I'm taking Tennessee to win it.
Wow.
Across
That
the
had to
board,
feel good,
Tennessee.
huh?
Jack back there.
If I know the trend this year is firing coaches.
Oh, no.
Is Oklahoma in that position they lose this game? Because the noise before the season was Brent Venables kind of on his last leg a little bit. Not quite Billy Napier, but still, hey, if he doesn't get the job done, which I'm assuming the job is competing for an SEC championship and a national championship, or at the very least making the playoff.
He's prepared to say something.
He's prepared,
just
he's
moved the table.
which
Like,
is
you're
great.
Josh
Gives me
Pate.
more legroom. You just turn I had a regular seat and I got the exit road in Southwest. So what do you got?
It sounds like you've been on the message boards.
Listen, I might keep my ear to the ground a little bit.
Sounds like you've been vibing with the diehards, the P1s, because they would tell you yes. They would tell you already, hey, we got the car built here. We just need the right guy in the driver's seat. Maybe BV's not the right guy in the driver's seat. Now, I look at that and say, that's a little psychotic. We got to pump the brakes in the car just a little bit. We've already fired James Franklin, who was fresh off playing for a conference title and going to the playoff last year. I don't think it's time. I don't think if he loses here, it's time. I think some position coach changes. Like, you're only as good as your staff is. And I think they may have some, how should I say this diplomatically, deficiencies on their offensive coaching staff. Not Ben Arbuckle. Should be a future friend of the program. Not Ben Arbuckle. But maybe a little bit downstream of him. Maybe some changes. That's okay. I don't think it's time to pull the plug on Brent Venables. But that's me talking. You asked me, I gave you my answer. If I give you my login, well, you don't need one. You got your own, obviously. And you start surfing the OU message boards, maybe a different tune.
Okay, let's play the crystal ball game. It doesn't work out. They lose this game. They drop a couple others before the season's over. They say, Brent Venables, your time is up. Is the next head coach of Oklahoma also coaching in this game this week?
No.
Heupel's in Tennessee to stay?
Yeah, I think so.
His name's starting to come up
It is.
with LSU, right?
It is.
But also, you brought up the point I was thinking about getting to, which is he played there. He played at Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Oklahoma. He was a Sooner.
Does he, though?
I don't know.
Does he love Oklahoma?
Oklahoma fired him as OC.
As the OC.
I think if Oklahoma was on fire right now, Josh Heupel would look at it and say, I got nothing, guys. I can't help you. I'm dehydrated.
Jug of water next to him.
Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry. I'd
All
love
right.
to, but I got nothing. I can't help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Heupel's staying, unless he goes to LSU. He's staying unless he doesn't.
He's staying unless he doesn't is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
I'm
a great
confident that we'll nail that prediction.
take. I
Let
am
me go
too.
check the boards. I'll check the boards and I'll get back to you.
Let me set up the True Classic game of the week.
You're confident that you'll nail the next head coach at Oklahoma?
No, he's confident that we just nailed the take about what will happen in Oklahoma
Got you.
and in Tennessee, technically.
And to be honest with you, I have some thoughts about who the next coach at Oklahoma would be, but it's irresponsible to talk about that as long as Brent Venables is there.
Can we have a fun conversation after the show?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. Just a couple gals chatting.
see
Just
why
a couple
not.
gals chatting. All right. True Classic game of the week. I know Will Compton's thinking about Nebraska. I'm going to go to the True Classic game of the week real quick. Every Saturday's got games.
hang on. Are you nixing the Nebraska game?
No, I'm not nixing it. I want to give it its time
Oh, okay.
because we saw the clip.
It's not a
saw
surprising
the
thing.
clip. This is the True Classic game of the
Will's taking Nebraska outright.
Yeah, but that's not how or why. We all know you're taking Nebraska. I want to feel it. I want to sit in it. I want to get my popcorn. I want to sit back knowing where I'm going no matter what.
I just love that
you want to give it its time.
I just love that sentence came through the studio at like 58 miles an hour in a 45, and the blue lights came on before you even put a period on the end of it. It's like, no, this isn't happening. Get back over here.
We are brought to you by True Classic. You can find True Classic at Amazon and Costco, Sam's Club, Target, nationwide. You can find them online, trueclassic.com/Bussin. Look good, feel good, play good. I got the pants on right now. I'm wearing a little pirate outfit. This is not that, but you get the little Pima t-shirts, dude. I'm telling you that the curve on the side, grab his chest, grab his shoulders, just kind of make you feel better. Holiday season is upon us. You're going to have a lot of candy this weekend. Then you're going to get, hey, listen, Thanksgiving's right there. I might as well just kind of keep spoiling myself. Thanksgiving there, and then you get to Christmas time. Now you put in 2.5 months of woof, right? You want to feel boof instead of woof, you're going to put the True Classic t-shirt on. Let's get back to the episode. Every Saturday's got games, but only one fits just right. This is the True Classic game of the week. We got number 9 Vanderbilt. They travel to Austin, Texas against number 20 Texas. Clark Lee versus Steve Sarkisian. Texas is favored in this game, -2.5. Who would have thunked it? Total points of that game is 45.5. Josh, what are you thinking?
I was talking to our friends at FanDuel yesterday.
Yeah.
I asked them, take me back to the summer. Put these teams on a neutral field. What would your line have been? And they said Texas -21.5. I said, take me to today. Put them on a neutral field again. What is the line? They said Vandy -1. So we've had a 3-touchdown perceptional swing on this game from, it's not even, it'll be November by the time this game is played, but it's just been 2 months of the season. It normally takes years to perceptionally move a matchup 3 touchdowns. So that's where we are here. We don't think Arch is going to go. He's in concussion protocol. He got pulled over yesterday if you've scanned Twitter.
I did see that.
Sad.
I did see
Sad.
that.
Can't confirm that photo's real, but I assume it is. He's not going to play. So it's Matthew Caldwell. All right, no one knows anything about him. Texas fans don't know anything about him. He was at Troy last year. He's not a freshman. He's a senior. You know my backup quarterback theory. I've told you guys, I've floated it to you many times. We've workshopped it off camera. Let's just talk about it on camera. In a college football locker room, especially one that has high expectations and a lot of high-profile athletes in it, I've always believed it does something to you to galvanize you when your guy goes down, because you know collectively we got to pick up some of the slack. And oftentimes in college, you find a team overperforms with the backup in because everyone has taken it upon themselves to shoulder a little more of the load. That's part 1 for Texas. Part 2, this is a defensive-oriented team, right? They had 38 hung on them in Starkville, Mississippi last week. They got dunked on. Brandon Walker got dunked on. Everyone got dunked on, but they got out of there with a win. They did. Brandon Walker didn't. They got out of there with a win. So they come home, and they've got a pride in performance spot defensively. Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt come in. Missouri beat them everywhere in the box score last week, but they won on the scoreboard. They dominated in the red zone. Missouri crossed the 50 7 times and scored 10 points. And so Vanderbilt goes into Austin, lines under a field goal. It's a huge man-maker spot, like competitive character test for Texas. If Texas loses, they're out of everything. If Vandy loses, they're still not out of the playoff picture. So it's one of those classic Vanderbilt wants it, Texas needs it spots. People are questioning whether Sark should call plays, whether he's even going to still be the head coach at Texas, reportedly. I think Texas is going to win this game and cover. I think it's going to be an ugly dogfight game. I think Texas is going to find a way. Games played in the low 20s probably, like 23-16 type game. Texas finds a way to win and cover.
That was well said.
Well said, absolutely.
I'm thinking that's beautiful. I wanted Texas in this game. Now I feel like I need to have Texas in this game because I'm just all in on the backup quarterback theory because the focus and urgency that every player, like you said, takes upon themselves to pick it up a notch, and not to mention the backup quarterback knowing that this is a moment for him for all the preparation he does as the backup, even coming in that game and throwing that touchdown pass was a big moment.
Beautiful ball.
In OT, Arch goes down, which Arch, by the way, had a hell of a game. He was throwing it around the yard, over 300 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Texas did a great job getting back in that game down by, 17?
Yes, and think about this. Just pause right there. I'm sorry. One time out. You're thinking if you're a Texas fan, we're going to get Arch back. It's concussion protocol, but he'll work through it. He'll be back. If we can just survive this game, he's coming off his best game of the year.
Yes.
Maybe we get hot in November. So we just got to find a way against Vanderbilt. And if we come out of it, it's one of those don't let Texas get hot type things. And you got Wisner and you got the other tailback whose name escapes me at the moment, which is inexcusable because it's Texas, Baxter. Both of them probably combined as healthy as they've been all year. Texas has not been a great rushing team. But if they need to eke out 115 on the ground here, to take some pressure off Matthew Caldwell? Maybe they do. Go ahead.
I agree. It's the team. The team should be feeling like it's all on them, and it's arm in arm every week because they haven't put a great product on the field. But I don't know how to explain it. It just naturally happens when you have a moment like this where Arch is down, you got the backup in, and I just like Texas here. I like Texas here. I watched the Missouri game. I watched the recap of the Missouri game. The missing field goal. I was disappointed that Mizzou could not get that win out, obviously, because I picked Mizzou. If Vanderbilt is having a hell of a year, I like Texas here. I like Texas. And I like the thought that when you do watch that offense kind of come alive in that second half of the Mississippi State game, that optimism of like, if we can get through this game, we could be hot going in the back end of the schedule.
I agree with everything both of you said. This is a game that Texas should absolutely win. The problem that I have is you play Kentucky, you go to overtime against Kentucky, you squeak out a win there, and then you're down 17 in Mississippi State. So you've had 2 games that you've had to rev hard RPMs emotionally and physically, and now you have to get up again for a team that no one expected. You thought it'd be a 21.5 points, but now you're neutral field. You're actually dogs by 1.5 points. I don't think Vanderbilt played great. I don't have the luxury of sitting there having like the PFF or whatever where you can see the back view, seeing where guys messed up until this game. Cade McConnell and the left tackle, whose name is escaping right now, they came to the building. He texted me last week.
Taylor's a position coach.
Yeah,
right
they texted me like, hey, I would love to watch film with you. And I was like, yeah, dude, we can absolutely do that. Monday, 3 o'clock, come by. He comes by, brings left tackle. We go through all 55 of those plays. Their offense, from a blocking standpoint, it's not basic, but it's not the most complex offensive line. Their offense, however, is extremely complex. It does every single run play has multiple ways to throw the ball as well, whether it's a bubble going out or a quick slant, those types of things. And every single play, they're talking about how disappointed they are in themselves, how disappointed the coaching staff is, and how they perform. No one's patting themselves on the back after College Game Day came in, after Diego Pavia, this whole Heisman talk is happening. Inside that building, I've been told by the players that they're not happy with their performance. They know what's in front of them, and their coaching staff is not happy with them. Every single play we went over, Cade didn't make an excuse when he had a bad play. The left tackle didn't make an excuse. They were like, I was asked on this play, here's why. And they would explain it to me why they did bad and how they can do better. They would talk about this receiver messed up here, what he should be. So they have a very mature understanding of their offense that a lot of college football players do not have, that I didn't have when I was in their position that they are. Seeing how hungry they are, watching them just want to come and watch film with me when I don't know if I'm going to be able to help them or not. I see what this team, they know they have in front of them. They know what the expectation is now is to play in an SEC championship and to win a national championship. I think they are going to be up for this game. They're going to win this game. I'm taking Vanderbilt.
Taylor, hey, the danger here is Taylor has emotional ties now.
I do.
Because when you're the couple emotional wins for Texas, like my argument would be, well, they've struggled offensively, and when you watch that second half, like the optimism and energy of like, guys, this is what we can be. And then the letdown spot for that defense takes a lot of pride in being one of the best defenses in the country, and that was a very disappointing performance if you're sitting in the defensive room and everything else to get an OT win. Like, guys, we escaped that one. Now you got a very hungry Vanderbilt team coming to Austin. I just see it as this is just going to be a very hungry Texas team in all phases because of the spot that they're in.
I agree.
That was a period.
Okay, that was a period. All right. I agree with all of that. I think if you're Sarkisian, you sit in the team meeting room and you say, boys, like this is the offense that we expected to be at the beginning of the year. You guys are finally hitting our stride. And everyone has a lot of optimism about that because you know your defense prides them on being a top 5 defense in all of college football. But if you insert the possibility of the crowbar theory, per Josh Pate.
Oh boy.
And you're now going into half and you only have put 3 points on the board and it's a 7-3 type of game. That optimism and excitement that you had on Monday and Tuesday, are you still keeping that, or now is doubt creeping in from a player standpoint being like, oh, we were able to do X, Y, and Z because the stars kind of aligned in that situation. And you now shut down because you're like, oh, this is who we really are on offense.
And then the crowbar opens it up in the second half.
And the crowbar is already in the spokes and you're already on your face with your face all skid up. Vanderbilt, no one believes in Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has one loss. Everyone's still like, it's a cute story.
I think people believe in Vanderbilt.
Cade McConnell, those guys, there's nothing about, they're like, I need 9 more wins or however many it is to go play in a national championship. They have They are so focused, and they know they're capable of doing it. They have a great defense. They have a super complex offense to defend against. And they have a player at the helm at quarterback that can make all of the things happen to where you're never truly out of the game. And I like Vanderbilt. You're
You
right.
love them.
I'm
you love
emotional.
Those boys. You
I
love
do.
those boys.
I'm emotionally tied. I went from hating on them because my bank account would hurt if I loved them to now I've accepted that my bank account is going to get hurt, and I want my bank account to get hurt because I want them to be successful.
Yeah.
So
Remind me the
there's a
terms.
level of bias.
They just have to make the playoff?
No, God, no. They have to win the SEC and win the national championship.
Oh, both.
They have to win the whole thing.
They have to win the whole thing.
So if they don't make
really
it
have
to
to.
Atlanta,
They have to win the national title.
Oh yeah, boys. Yeah.
I thought it was just Natty. No SEC.
Nope.
I was thinking at one point it was just SEC.
No, JP. Wrong.
No, I thought it was win every game.
Yeah, win it all.
I thought it was just win the national championship. I don't.
what I'm
remember
gathering is the
SEC.
terms were never really clearly stated.
But
What you're gathering is there's just a lot of shit talking going back
Yeah,
and
being in the
forth.
driver's
It's
seat,
like, all right,
if they
yeah.
win the national championship but don't win the SEC, there's my, hey,
Yeah, big deal.
Ninja Smoke, I'm out of here. Sorry, but hey, good, congratulations.
Congrats.
I love it, dude. Hey, soak that in.
Is it in the Inside the Bus vlog?
Oh yeah, so we can go
pool party?
back and see it.
Yeah,
So
go-
we'll have verbal we have some verbal.
So go
Which is
watch the
great.
Inside
I'll
the Bus
defer to
vlog.
the vlog.
Go watch the Inside
That's
the
classy.
Bus. The
It's a
bus
classy
vlog.
move.
Yeah, I'll defer to the vlog. It is what it is. And if it says national championship and no SEC, great. That's the answer.
Just for clarity, Mitch, the
for
terms
clarity?
are in the Inside the Bus vlog.
Yeah, if you go to the Inside the Bus YouTube page, we have a vlog at Taylor Lewan's
doing
pool
ads?
party.
Are these the ads?
I feel like it may be in there.
Hey,
But anyways,
just
go
between
run it
us
up.
Gals, I still don't think they're going to win the Natty. I think it's such an uphill battle. I love
great
it right
vlog.
now, and I think they beat Texas, but they not win the Natty.
Do you think alt line? Like, would you lay an alt line on them?
Well, they're dogs right now. I'm just
It's,
going to
it's
go.
just us talking.
Yeah, it's just us. No one's going to hear us. I'm just going to go money line with Vandy. Per the show, I'm not going to tell the audience this. I'm not going to tell the audience that I'm going money line. For the show and the sake of the record, I'm going to take them with the points.
But everybody's talking about Sark leaving. What if Clark Lee leaves?
I think Clark Lee is going to leave.
He's gone.
He gone.
I think he's
Out of here.
out of there.
Yeah.
You got to sell high.
And if you're Clark Lee, it's like, yeah, you've done an amazing thing. You played at Vanderbilt. That's awesome. You've got them. They're doing stuff they did.
Yeah.
Last time they did it was World War II.
Literally when they built the university.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's great. But the sustainability, I don't think is there. And the job openings that are there, like if Lane Kiffin does or does not take one of those jobs, whatever job is open, why not go snipe Lee?
A lot of pretty girls out there.
Why not take Lee over Kiffin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You gotta hit
Now
your own pause button here, by the
sorry.
way. Yeah, he's been paused the whole time.
Yeah.
Now that you say it like that.
I mean, yeah. We're back on the show.
Yeah, 20
We're back on the
seconds,
show.
yeah.
We're back on the show. Let's get to just a game.
We interrupt this episode to bring you our Profit Boost token. The boys have a Profit Boost token available every college football Saturday. That's a Profit Boost on any college football Saturday bet. Just open up the FanDuel Sportsbook app this Saturday and look out for the Bussin With The Boys Profit Boost token.
The first game on the slate, it's going to be number 23, USC, a top 25
Did you call this just a
football
game?
team.
Did you call this just a
It's
game?
It's just a game.
It's just a game.
Just a
There's no
game.
title on the line. There's
Nothing.
no label on the game.
Right.
It's just a good old-fashioned game.
Two lost teams playing for it, hoping to keep their college football playoff hopes alive, which I would, it is kind of seem like just a game because we just talked about the ACC, the Big Ten, and the SEC. And it's like there's so many teams that are in the same position. So I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure on this game.
Taylor, do you and Josh want to go first to let Will have his time?
This isn't a spot where I need my time. Like we know what's on the line.
Number
This isn't just a
23
game.
USC.
This
at
isn't just a game.
Nebraska. Nebraska is a dog at 6.5, which means USC is favored 6.5. Total points of that game is 59.5 points. Squeaked out a win against Northwestern. USC, bad loss against Notre Dame. We're in a bye. Lane Kiffin 6-0 after a bye. Is that a paper popper? Is that on your stat sheet?
Lane Kiffin's not the
Lincoln
head coach.
Riley,
of this
my
year.
fault. Lincoln Riley 6-0
He's
after
6-0
a bye.
after a bye.
It's just a game.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's just a
He is.
game.
I didn't know that stat.
You know how I found that out? Somebody tweeted it at us. And they're like, this is a paper popper stat. Don't show Will. And you're tagged in it.
You didn't really check it. You didn't do background on it. You just
Yeah,
assumed it's true. Okay.
Saw it right there, and I was like, I'm taking that to the show.
So we don't know if that's fact.
We have no idea.
Oh, we
know?
got phones, though.
I don't know.
We got phones though.
Yeah, look that up. Look that up.
AI doesn't
Pretty
know
close.
that, dude.
Pretty close.
AI
He's
says
been a head
one
coach
and one.
forever.
So he's been a head coach twice. The dude buys his whole life. Wow.
Ryan Nolan said that. Ryan Nolan.
Okay, so that's
Let's assume he's 6-0 after a bye. Let's assume that they have extremely high-powered offense, and let's just assume that Jordan Mailata's only thrown 4 interceptions this year.
You cannot.
well.
be
Those
serious.
are facts.
You just cannot be serious with the name.
The left tackle of the Philadelphia Eagles.
You cannot
Jordan-
be serious
what's his
with
name?
the name.
Do
You
you
got to
usually-
nail the first one or the last one.
Mailata.
You
Dude,
named
I'm so sorry. Mailata and Mailata?
No,
You named the tackle of the Eagles.
This is coming from Nutmeyer, dude. Are we serious?
That's close enough.
I'm at least
I'm giving
he's naming
nicknames.
fictional people. I'm at least naming football players.
Jordan
left
Mailata.
tackle.
Do you know that?
Well, I mean, it's Jaden. It's Mailata. It is what it is.
4 interceptions.
Yeah. Red squigglies under front and back of that. Like first and last name's red squigglies.
We've texted. You see my errors,
Yeah.
unless I'm using ChatGPT.
But
to
what
edit
is
my
Mailata's
text.
record off a bye? That's what we really need to know. He actually may be 1-1 off a bye. He's just a player.
He might be.
Yeah.
He's just a player.
This game is everything.
This is what I wanted, dude. Let me
I-
enjoy this.
We're officially in the playoffs right now. It's going to be hard for me to stare at that. We are officially in the playoffs right now. Both teams, 2-loss teams. If any Big Ten team, if any SEC team, you're going to have a chance to be in the conversation. Let's say that ACC chaos happens. If you're going to be in the conversation at the end of the year for the college football playoff, you're going to have 2 losses in that column. So we're in the playoffs right now. And what an opportunity in Lincoln, Nebraska on Saturday night, prime time, blackout. This is a blackout game, all black unis. The crowd is going to be pumping. And here are some facts I do have for you. Let's just look at, because again, if you look at USC minus 6.5, people, you could potentially salivate over this line. If you watch the Huskers all year long, if you watch USC, the wins that they do have when Michigan went out to USC. But let's look at USC's history since they've came to the Big Ten and traveling to the Midwest or farther out east. Some questions for you, Josh. September 21st, 2024, USC traveled out to Michigan, lost 27-24. October 5th, 2024, they traveled out to Minnesota, 24-17 Minnesota. October 19th, 2024, they traveled out to Maryland. Taylor, do you know what happened? Mike Myers, do you know what happened? Maryland won 29-28. September 13th, 2025, they traveled out to Purdue. You want to know what happened?
33-17.
33-17. USC won that game, but they only beat Purdue by, what is that? What is that math right there? 16 points?
Didn't cover.
Scotty, my 11-month-old, could beat Purdue by 16 points. September 27th, 2025, they go out to Illinois. What happened? They lost to Illinois, 34-32. October 18th, 2025, they go out to Notre Dame. What happened? They lost to Notre Dame, 34-24. What do emus, ostriches, and USC Trojans have in common?
Well, back in Harris County, we harvested them for meat.
There you go. They can't fly, and they can't thrive in cold weather. They're going to come out to Lincoln, Nebraska. We're going to clip their wings in a very hostile environment. Look at me, Husker Nation. You've heard Coach Rule talk about it. We need everybody. Get sauced up, get as absolutely rowdy and as toxic as possible, because we need everybody inside of Memorial Stadium on Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern kickoff time, prime time, fellas. This is a moment for Nebraska football. Put the inconsistencies, put the shit aside. We've struggled in one-score games. We've now won. I forget what our record is in one-score games we've won this year in one-score games. Forget what I just said right there. You win any way you fucking can. USC is going to score, but the priority is when they get to the red zone, keeping them at 3 and not giving them 7. Because I'm not assuming we are going to shut USC out. This is a very good offense. I am nervous about this game because I've watched USC a lot throughout the course of this year. It's Huskers money line. It's Huskers money line. And put that on my record, but everybody knows I'm doing that anyway. There's no reason to hide that. This is fucking everything this weekend.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask.
Tell me what these numbers mean to you. 186 to 36. That was the rushing yardage advantage Minnesota had over you. 286 to 43. That was the rushing yardage advantage that Michigan had over you. My question is simply this. We go back to USC versus Michigan. They ran the ball to win the game. USC's trying to win in the Big Ten. This is a Big Ten game, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be November, right?
It's going to be 40 south of 45 degrees at kickoff, and it's only getting colder.
It's going to be on the road. All this stuff that Lincoln Riley has struggled with historically, that's the statement they got to make. Now, part two of my question to you. No one knows Nebraska. No one fights for Nebraska football more than you, right? More than they could ever know.
They don't even know.
But maybe they will know one day.
They will know very soon how hard I fight for this program.
Emmett Johnson, 20-plus carries Saturday, yes or no?
Yes, you have to feed this man. He's got to touch the ball, in my opinion, at least 30 times. Because he is the number 2 player in the country in all-purpose yards with running backs. Running backs receives all the skills positions. He's number 1 in the Big Ten in all-purpose yards with over 1,000. This is an Emmett Johnson ball game right here.
Nebraska, when Emmett Johnson carries it 20-plus times, 3-0 versus the Power 4. 1-2 when he doesn't. Dylan Raiola has taken more sacks in the 2 losses where his tailback doesn't carry it 20-plus times than he has in the 6 wins where he does. I know USC is only in the 80s in pass defense. I know it's tempting to throw the ball to win here, but they're going to try and run it on you to win. You got to run it on them to win. I will take Nebraska plus the points. I'll ride with you. We're not out of this.
What does the model say, Josh?
Don't worry about the model.
Do what?
That's the thing about the foxhole, though. You can come and
Yeah,
go as
you can
please.
always. Can I come back in? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the foxhole.
I made a vow to Will Compton 2 weeks ago that I would sit and stand in solidarity when it came to Nebraska. Even in the hard times, even in the times where there's the more doubt. And if there's ever a doubt game, it's this game to the casual viewer.
Mm-hmm.
All the stats you said, I agree. I think Johnson needs to get the ball at least 30 times this game. You need to chew up time of possession like no one ever has before. You need to use all of the game clock and keep their offense off of the field and then lure them into mistakes. You need 92,000 screaming fans standing up and losing their voice as Will Compton does on a relatively easy Friday night.
I need you losing your voice by halftime.
By
begging
halftime.
the concession stands, do you have chicken broth back there?
Pumping noise. Get the little designs with all those little robot flying things. What are those things called? Drones around. Do it. Bring the chipmunk out. Doing the Freddie Mercury. That is going to be the most electric stadium in all of America this Saturday night. And I think the Nebraska Cornhuskers come out not losing by less than 6.5, but with a win. 10-2. Your schedule's gotten way harder. UCLA started to stand up a little bit. Iowa sneaking up on people. Penn State, regardless of what they've done, they still got guys all ripping around. There's a lot of battles left to fight. This one right here doesn't mean the most to you. It means the most to all of us. And I will be going big red this weekend. Money line. Put it on my record.
Imagine thinking this is just a game.
Foolish.
It's not. It's not just a game. People are laughing like I don't have a bit with that. This is not just a game. We're in the playoffs right now. Are we not? Think about it mathematically. Hey, we need everybody.
Hey,
we need
hey.
everybody.
Don't
Josh?
embarrass us.
No.
Don't
Josh.
embarrass us.
I will
Are
say.
you willing to go money line?
Let me put it this way. I'll do it if you'll do it.
I've already said I'll do it.
I'll do it.
We've done it. Just for the photo.
Hey,
Soft hands. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm using someone else's lotion lately.
Smart.
men, kiss your families. We might not come back from this. There will be casualties, but we will come out on
There
top.
will not be casuals, though.
There will not be casuals. Amen.
Oh, also,
this is the step. This is the step for Nebraska right now, this weekend. We've talked about it for years. Got to take the next step. This is the step. The only thing that matters.
This weekend, we solidify our future.
Yeah. This game is the season. We've talked about it. 7-5 is no longer an option. This is the game.
oh, hey, we went and watched that Michigan-Nebraska game. Michigan was on Raiola all day. USC is top 15 in pressure rate, and Nebraska is in the 120s in sacks allowed.
What the fuck is that?
It won't matter. What I'm trying to say is it won't matter.
Won't
That
matter.
was just a game. This is far more than that. I just want to throw it out there, though.
And if you're Hogerson, if you're the OC that we all claim Hogerson to be, you see that game and your last game you played, the one you played against Minnesota, you can't put this in the hands of pass protection.
Nope, that's why you got to run the ball.
Unfortunately, you can't put this in the hands of a 5-star quarterback. Like, you've got to run the ball and make it ugly, muddy. And when you do throw the ball, you're moving the pocket. You have to move the pocket.
No, I don't think we're in a spot where we have to stay one-dimensional. You can put the ball in the hands of Raiola.
But
you can. I'm saying not all game long.
You put the
I'm
hands
just
in
saying
Raiola.
if we need a drive and Raiola's got to drop back and throw the ball, I am supremely confident.
This your offensive line reminds me of the 2013 Michigan Wolverines offensive line. Horrendous. Terrible. And I say that because I was on that 2013 Michigan offensive line. We were abysmal. If it wasn't for having a super mobile quarterback, the stats would have been insane. We got to move the pocket. I think Raiola can throw a hell of a ball. I think he's a great quarterback. He's not a great quarterback when he's on his ass. So we've got to scheme up some good shit here.
We will.
We have to.
I got a call this afternoon with Hogerson.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's go to Dog of the Week.
Every Wednesday. It's me and Hogerson talking game plan.
Is that real?
Red zone 2-minute
Is that
situational
real?
ball.
Is that real?
For the viewers, that's real.
This for the viewers, that's real. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for the viewers, that's real.
Like, The Undertaker was dead my entire childhood. I was a viewer.
All right, let's get to Dog of the Week. Let's get out of here, huh? This is why you left that game for the last. This is if we did that in the first game and then had to do the rest of the slate,
People might have checked out.
Audience
checked
retention,
out.
terrible.
Checked out. That was everything and more.
Make sure you subscribe.
Please. No point in resubscribing either. I figured that out. Cal plus 4.5 versus Virginia. Coast to coast game.
Virginia Tech, yeah.
No, it's Virginia.
Oh, you're talking about, I thought you were talking about last week.
No.
Yeah, because
Dog
they
of the
played
week,
Vatech
Cal.
last week and should have won and lost, and I'm salty about it, yeah.
Cal 4.5 against Virginia.
They're playing both Virginia teams back-to-back weeks, and they're a 4.5-point dog in both of those games. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
That's it.
Oh,
There was no pause.
I'm taking Maryland plus 21.5 against Indiana.
Can't stand the way you say it. I support it.
yeah.
Why?
I lost my card. I don't even know what I'm taking.
Not
Oh,
Maryland.
Maryland. Maryland.
Yeah, it's not. It's not an amusement park. It's a state.
Another little simple one too. You want to do a dog of the week? How about a dog parlay of the week? Cincinnati Bearcats with the points, Huskers with the points.
Ooh.
Put that together for a parlay.
Sure, put it together.
The week one special.
Put it on the fun tab.
The week one special. I like where your head's at. The Arrowhead special.
The Arrowhead special.
Yeah, I trusted Arkansas last week. They let me down. Mississippi State keeps getting close. Maybe they finally go to Northwest Arkansas and find themselves. So I'm going to take them, Mississippi State being them, plus 4.5 as my dog of the week.
You said that last week.
I
about
took a
this.
peek at the Ramen Noodle Express.
Can I have an understanding of what the ramen noodle express is?
You have to go check it out.
I guess I will. You know what?
go
That's
check it out.
fair. That's
We've had a winning year. That's all that matters. We've had a winning year.
Yep.
And on the Ramen Noodle Express
Oh my God.
is Purdue money line.
Do we have a typo in our weekly parlay?
Couldn't get 'em.
I was gonna ask Josh. You're in the foxhole with Will here at Nebraska.
Oh yeah. What do we got going here?
Wait, what did I say?
The weekly parlay.
Yeah? What
I
about it?
held your hand while Will put his hands on top
Oh.
of ours.
Oh, hey, yeah. I was going to, I didn't know that was in the parlay. I was going to bring it up. I said, hey, I took a peek-see at the Ramen Noodle Express. I saw.
Oh, you were supposed to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still don't know what's happening. What's happening?
Do I dip on Nebraska because of this? Is this what untethers everything?
Let me say, in fairness to me,
Purdue.
I thought I could get 21.5. Here's what happens. I send my picks to Clump, and I just assume the number I want is there. And I just assume he could pull that string. And instead, I'm getting 20.5. And this has This has 31-10 written all over it. You know it. I know it.
They're going to score 10 points on that defense?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be defensive points, special team stuff.
What?
Well, I guess if it's written, I got to go with it, right?
Well, it says it just moved.
It did just move. It was 21.5 even last night.
Late movement saves me.
Because I was looking at it too, just for the fact that Michigan does.
Started
They
at
don't cover a whole lot with
No,
these
they
big
don't.
spreads.
They don't.
Okay, first off, the Michigan State no cover was ridiculous.
But remember
They
the
scored a touchdown with
Wisconsin.
13 seconds left in the game.
The Wisconsin game, I sat there and told you, as long as I can get 17.5, I'm good. They beat them by 17. If I can get 21.5 here, which
You got it.
I can, they're going to win by 21.
Not according to this sheet. Give him 20 and a half, dude. Give him 20 and a half.
This morning it was 20 and a half. When he texted me, it just moved back to 21 and a half.
Late breaking, 21.5.
That is
And
nuts.
31-10.
if you're on the Josh Pate tab, it'll be Purdue 21.5.
Yes.
I'm not going to the Josh. I'm actually boycotting the Josh Pate tab.
A lot of boycotts around here lately. Thought we were against
A
cancel
lot of guys
culture.
claiming to be in foxholes lately.
Thought we were
A lot
against
of guys
it.
being bros lately, pretending. I thought I was supposed to be the serial killer here. You just stabbed me in the back.
All I'm saying is the models had a really good read on Michigan this year. Really good read.
For you to bring in the model into this, after you have said you have a Michigan problem, and they go and do the thing against USC, and all of a sudden you're jumping ship. What's going to happen in a couple of weeks versus Ohio State? I'm sure you're.
I don't even want to talk about that. No. I don't want to talk about it. That's post-Thanksgiving. I don't want my mind to go there yet. It's going to be hard.
Hard for us.
It's going to be hard for me.
Us. I'm over here. My eyes are here. That's crazy. Onward. I'll take Minnesota minus 3.5 versus Michigan State. Why? I can't stand Michigan State, and also the game's in Minneapolis. I saw them play a game there a couple weeks ago.
I'm taking
Tough place to play.
It is.
Apologies to Ryan. I'm taking Illinois minus 12.5 against Rutgers, his Rutgers team.
Love it.
You don't have to explain.
Love it.
Yeah,
Ramen
no,
Noodle
you don't have
Express
to
play. Love it.
Yes. Minnesota minus 3.5, Illinois minus 12.5, and Purdue, that's going to be plus 21.5, correct?
Don't put that on Bussin With The Boys' tab.
It's in there.
Put it on Josh Pate's. Don't put it on our tab.
Plus 603.
It's in there.
I don't give a shit.
Plus 603.
Don't put it on our tab.
Win money, people.
You'll be able to check this out on the FanDuel app. We love you. We appreciate you. Big hugs, tiny kisses. See you next week.